Good morning. As you guys can see, we are passing by this fence that has all sorts of marine animals on it because we're here in Clearwater at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. This is where Winter's from.
I was gonna say, do you know who's here?
Yeah, it's Winter.
We're so excited. So I guess we'll probably learn a lot more about Winter's story today, but all that I know currently is that she has a prosthetic tail.
Yeah. Which
is pretty amazing that they were able to make her a tail that will allow her to swim like a fully functioning dolphin.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just turned into a demon, sorry. It's science.
Science. Well, let's do it. Let's go check it out. Ooh, we're also here for Winter's Trick or Treat. Ooh, look at their decorations. He's trying to get the plant, the tree.
This reminds me of the tree scare in the American Horror Story maze at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood.
Yeah.
Remember that? Put a link to it up here so you can check it out.
This guy.
Oh no.
So the very first thing that happens when you come in is you get this photo shoot where they do like almost like magical pictures like from Disney. And they have this little gift shop out here where you can get like shirts and stuff. And then here's where you see your photos. And then they also have a little food stand over here where you can get snacks like wraps and hot dogs and pizza and Coca-Cola. So as you walk in is a little gift shop here, and then off to the right is the surgical suite and the animal hospital entrance, because the Clearwater Marine Aquarium is a rehabilitate and release facility. So in here is where they bring in their sea turtles and they triage them and they treat them before taking them over to either quarantine or a rehabilitation pool. So if you look right here, this little piece of equipment is what they call a CO2 laser, because right now the biggest threat to sea turtles is what's called a papillomavirus, and if it's on the outside of the sea turtle, they can use this CO2 laser to laser it off, and then they can rehabilitate them and release them into the wild. And you can see here the most recent patient is named Lotus, and she came in with a papivirus, and they found her in Homosassa, and she was tangled up in fishing line. What we're looking at here are the rehabilitation tanks for the sea turtles, and they're separated out into two sections. This is the section for just any sort of sea turtle that has a general injury, and then across the way is the tanks for the sea turtles that have the papillomavirus, because the papillomavirus is highly contagious, so anybody that works on the sea turtles or comes in contact with the sea turtles can't touch any other sea turtle for 48 hours. Here is the food prep station where they prep all of the food for every animal that is here. So this board over here shows the resident animals, and over here is the board for the animals that are here just for rehabilitation. So some of these animals will be released back into the wild, and these are the animals that can't be released back into the wild. They have a little description of their water quality, and then right next to it are all of the filters that they use to maintain the water quality in the different pools. And they told us that the water is actually siphoned out of the Gulf of Mexico and brought in and filtered and cleaned before putting into the tanks with the animals. So we actually came upstairs and outside because we're on our way to meet Nicolas, one of the resident dolphins here. But I wanted to point out this boat here. This is their marine life rescue boat. And you can see that the engine's right there in the center, because that way they can pull up any sort of animals that they need to rescue on the back of the boat, and the engine's not in the way. So we sat up here because they're getting ready to do a presentation with Nicolas the Dolphin. You can see him right there, and he actually came in on Christmas Day. That's like Nicolas, like Saint Nick. And he was stranded with his mom, who came in as well. Her name was Noelle. Unfortunately, she didn't make it.
Nicolas was actually found stranded up on the beach in an area of Gibsonton, so south of Tampa, and he was actually up there alongside his mother. Now at the time, Nicolas was a calf at 6 months of age, and unfortunately both of them were stranded for an extended period of time. When a dolphin strands, they're very susceptible to sunburn. Their skin is very sensitive. They typically shed a layer of skin every 2 hours. And both Nicolas and his mother sustained 2nd and 3rd degree sunburn. He was brought back here along with his mother to be rehabilitated together in hope that we could rehabilitate a mother and calf and then release them back out into the wild. However, we found out that his mother had an upper respiratory illness and unfortunately passed away within the first couple of days of rehabilitation. So that left Nicolas at a 6-month-old calf, now orphaned, without a mother, who is an essential part of him learning any of the necessary survival skills. And Nicolas just never got that opportunity to learn any of those skills. So he was actually deemed non-releasable by the government body NOAA Fisheries. When an animal is deemed non-releasable, like Nicolas, they also determine which facility that animal is going to continue to live out the rest of its life. So Clearwater Marine Aquarium was chosen as Nicolas's forever home, and he's been with us ever since. So what you are going to be seeing is a little bit of what we call a high energy behavior session. So we teach Nicolas a number of different behaviors. Right now he's currently learning a new exercise behavior, which is what we call a belly breach. It serves as a very important exercise regime for them to stay physically fit. So just like us, we go to the gym, we'll play different sports, and then we're going to wrap up this presentation so you guys can see a little bit more of Nicolas. So this brings my attention to another category of behaviors that we teach Nicolas, and that is cooperative healthcare. So for example, Julia right now is practicing eye drops. We actually teach him to voluntarily present his eye and allow us to hold him nice and still so those eye drops can take effect. So we practice all of these husbandry behaviors so that we can provide the treatment if it's required, and also collect samples on a regular basis. So I would like to wrap up this presentation by thanking you guys so much for all of your great questions, and we wouldn't be able to look after Nicolas without you guys coming around us. So thank you everyone, and goodbye.
Just out here, moored up next to the aquarium, is the houseboat from the movie Dolphin Tale, and this is the character that Harry Connick Jr. played, lived in this houseboat during the movie. Here inside, they have a tank with some nurse sharks, and their names are Thelma and Louise. They have a really interesting story. So somebody went out into the ocean and got these two nurse sharks and put them in a little aquarium in his house because he thought that they would only grow to the size of the aquarium, which was only like a 10-gallon aquarium, and obviously they grew much bigger. So he had to bring them here, and they have lived out their life and been able to grow to full size, but they did tell us that that was extremely illegal what he did.
Something that I thought was interesting that we learned today that I didn't know is that if you have had a fish in human captivity for 30 days or more, you cannot release it into the wild. Which I did not know that. So there you go.
And you can hear that is the chirping of Winter. Winter was found in December of 2005 in an area of Florida called Mosquito Lagoon. She was about 2 months old, and her tail was caught in a crab trap, which actually resulted in her losing her tail after she was brought to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. After she lost her tail, she was fitted with a silicone and plastic prosthetic tail to help her swim. Hanging on the wall right there, you can see an example of Winter's prosthetic tail. And they told us that she doesn't have to wear it all the time because when they put it on her, it's basically like working out. They'll put it on her for physical therapy and kind of like exercise. But that's her signature tweeting. And that tweet is how they got the name for their Winter's Trick or Tweet, because she tweets like that. There's a pirate right behind me. I like how he has a sea turtle instead of a parrot. So Coco was in a boat accident that severed her ocular nerve, and now she's permanently blind. I think I made a mistake. I called Coco a girl, but Coco is a boy. He's named Coco because they found him in Cocoa Beach. I'm gonna go down the stairs to the underwater viewing and have a look at Winter moving around down there without her tail on. So now we can come here.
Yeah, we've seen that too, yeah. And
Or she's playing with her bubble.
Yeah. She's grown up since then, honey.
Look at how excited Winter is now.
That's pretty cool.
This is a sea urchin?
Yes.
Touch this sea urchin. Ooh.
How does it feel?
It's spiky. As sea urchins are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of puffer fish over here in the next tank over.
I feel like they think I have food or something.
I think you're right.
I know, I wish I did. I'm very sorry.
This guy's like antisocial over here.
I feel like, are they talking to each other? Because they're like having a little conversation, it looks like. This is like the secret meeting of the hermit crabs, and we're totally like in on it.
Underwater viewing area for Thelma and Louise. And then this guy.
He's like, hey.
For winter's Halloween trick or tweet, they have a special setup inside the theater here with spooky things happening.
Welcome to come in if you'd like to join winter's Halloween party.
We're here at Stingray Beach where you can touch a stingray. These are cow nose rays and they've had their stingers clipped. Stingers are made of a very similar material of fingernails. Here's Mavis's hideaway, which is full of all of the rescued sea turtles that cannot be released into the wild. And this fish. But I guess Harold is in there, and that is Mavis from, is this Harold?
Yeah, isn't that Harold?
Oh yeah, look, there he is. And that's who Mavis was from the movie.
So a lot of the turtles in here actually suffer from the buoyancy issue. They call it bubble butt, which you guys might remember from when we went to the turtle hospital in Marathon, Florida. But that's why this one is sort of angled that way.
There's a pretty interesting sign here that shows Harold's history. One of the things that I thought was the most interesting is that he was a candidate for visual acuity testing that was conducted by a University of Florida neurologist. And that's how they found out that he was not a candidate to be released back into the wild. Here's the water quality lab where they go through and test all of the water from each individual tank throughout the day to make sure that it meets their standards. This otter's name is Wally, and he was actually brought onto a houseboat by a man thinking that he could keep him as a pet. The man later found out that this is highly illegal and otters do not make good pets at all. He ended up being transported to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium where they found out that he had not learned the proper survival skills in order to be released back into the wild, and now he lives here as a permanent resident. This otter is named Cooper, and he was actually found in a private citizen's garage in St. Petersburg, Florida after he was hit by a car. His back legs are permanently paralyzed, but he lives out the rest of his life happily here at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. Although there's nothing in this pool at the moment, they filmed a couple of scenes from like Dolphin Tale 1 and Dolphin Tale 2 here at this pool.
What is this pool used for?
I think it's like an introductory pool for when they have to bring in dolphins.
So it's just like a temporary holding pool?
Yeah. You can see Harry Connick Jr. here and the kids from the movie. And if you like look, you can see these porthole windows back there. And then just on the other side of those signs over there, that's where they're at. Here's an example of a turtle extruder device. So they would use this while they were doing fishing, like fishing for mackerel or something like that. So the fish would get caught through here and then go through the bars and into this smaller cavity back here, and that's where they would keep the fish that they're trying to catch. But any turtles would hit the bars and just come out the bottom and continue living their life out in the wild. They have a case here with the prototype of Winter's tail. So this was the very first tail they tried to put on her. Behind this glass here is another area that was used for the Dolphin Tale movies. This was the director's office. Here's some shots from the scene that they filmed inside this office right here.
It's Dr. Haskett's office.
Oh, so for Halloween, we're gonna go up to the Creepy Creature Sea Cavern. Let's do it. Ooh, Creepy Creature Sea Cavern. Oh, here it is. They've got all kinds of arts and crafts that you can do inside the Creepy Creature Sea Cavern.
Oh, so you can like paint your shell?
Paint your own Halloween shell like a pumpkin.
Oh, that's actually really cute. It's like pumpkin carving, but you're painting a shell.
Yeah.
I like it.
They've got an area where you can make an anglerfish hat.
You want me to touch it?
If you want to, yeah.
Do you want to touch it?
They've got a whole pool full of slime.
Oh, this is like that liquid, the viscosity is like...
Non-Newtonian fluid?
Yeah, because look.
Oh no, that's just the, this is like a slime. It's not a non-Newtonian fluid.
No, it is, look. Oh, see how it gets kind of liquidy?
Yeah, no, you make this using like a whole ton of Elmer's glue and borax.
But
it's pretty fun.
It's not non-Newtonian?
No.
Are you sure?
Yep. Because when you hit it, it would have to like turn hard. And it doesn't.
No, it kind of does.
Oh no, this is not.
Oh.
So it starts out kind of bright, and then as you make your way through the room, it gets real dark till you get to the very last room with the fangs and everything on it. So scary. They got videos about the anglerfish, the common fangtooth, and the goblin shark.
Okay.
Oh, is this like a water gun?
It's supposed to be bioluminescence one.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's see if it works.
Alright.
Whoa.
Just spray the target plus come back out.
Ooh, which target?
Wait, yeah, which?
Oh, the target in the very back there. Ooh, look at all the scary fish. There's a fangfish and a goblin shark
I think I found
and an anglerfish.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh. I shot mine too high.
We did it.
We did it.
Alright.
All right. Oh, look, you can see it down there. That's what we're squirting out.
We made it out alive, you guys.
We did it.
There's this big anglerfish right here.
We're not out yet though. We're still in here.
Oh, is there another target?
No, we have to make our way back out the door.
Oh.
So scary. Oh, they have a big sea turtle photo op here where you can be inside the sea turtle's mouth. Whoa! Hello! Oh, she's wearing her Halloween costume.
Oh, we love the costume.
And so that ends our day here at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. We had a really good time.
We learned a lot. Like, it was definitely really neat to tour the rehabilitation center that she's in right here. This has been a really cool trip.
Yeah.
So thank you so much to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium for having us out today.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We really, really appreciate that. It's something that we definitely love to see, so thank you. We would definitely recommend for you guys to come out and visit for yourselves. However, it is a small facility, so this could even be something that you can add on to like another day that maybe you're doing something in the area. But I definitely would recommend it. And also what they were saying too is that anything that you are paying is going directly to the animals.
Yeah.
So that's very, very cool. And it's cool to see all of the hard work right in front of you.
Yeah, because we're in Clearwater, Clearwater is ranked like America's #1 beach. So I think we're gonna go try to find a restaurant real quick and have a look at the beach. Yeah, we were just checking out the gift shop on the way out, and we noticed this shirt that has like the schematics of Winter's tail. It's pretty cool.
It's very interesting. I wish that we had gotten to see her swimming with her tail on. I know that, like, I get that she doesn't wear it all the time, but I don't know, it's just so interesting. I wish that I could have seen it.
And then here's another version of the shirt that actually has Winter wearing the tail on it. Oh, they have Dolphin Tail 2 like action figures.
So this is pretty cool. So this is what Winter looks like with her tail on.
On the way out, in between the front entrance and the parking garage, you can see we're standing in front of a construction zone here. And what this is going to be the expansion of the Clearwater Marine Aquarium so that they can house more rehabilitation spaces. Just wanted to show you guys real quick the cost of admission for adults, seniors, and children. And they also have annual passes and a few other little tours here and there that you can add on to your ticket. So for some food, we came to Frenchie's Rockaway Grill, and it's right on Clearwater Beach. And it's right on Clearwater Beach. They do have seating out on the beach, but it was a 30-minute wait, so we decided to just come inside and sit down next to the guy that's gonna play guitar. So here's our food. I got the Rockaway burger with some bacon and cheese on it.
I love this.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I got a fried fish sandwich.
Oh, it looks good. This is the smallest size that they offer. Look at the size of that thing.
I know, they had 2 more sizes.
Holy cow.
I'm glad I picked the small one.
Just wanted to give you guys a look at the beach. Look at this white sandy beach.
Well, the one thing I always noticed about Clearwater, because we used to come here as like kids, is that it's such a long stretch of beach.
It really is.
Like the beaches that we go to are very like narrow. So it's interesting.
Yeah, and our beaches don't have pirate ships.
Oh my gosh!
What is going on? Why is there a pirate ship out there? I like how it reached the end of its like voyage. It's like, all right, time to turn around and go back home. No plundering on this beach. There you have it, from world famous Clearwater Beach. The Clearwater Marine Aquarium was amazing. Frenchie's was actually really good.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
delicious.
It was quick, it was easy. The parking is a little bit like willy-nilly, but if you can park, eat there. So good.
Yeah, and if you have the time to wait, I would suggest getting a seat out on the patio so you're looking at the beach.
I wish we had time to wait, but we didn't have enough money for parking.
Right.
Next time.
Next time. Maybe if we come out here during sunset, because the sun sets right there.
I bet so many people would be trying to park here though.
Right?
We'll have to plan it better next time.
Yeah, there is also street parking up and down the street, so you can park on the street and then walk down, but that's even harder because it's coins, like meters.
Who carries cash anymore?
I don't know. So, with that being said, we are off, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And now it's time to pay the price.